What would happen if Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, when they fought, both failed their drug test? Of course, you're asking us because there was a super fight that just happened. And no, it wasn't a boxing super fight. It was a mixed martial arts. UFC 183, Nick Diaz versus Anderson the Spider Silva. Silva is considered a modern day legend in his sport. Nick Diaz, very well respected in his game. He knows his craft. Now the fight happened a couple weeks back. Nick Diaz was the one pressuring the fight, pressuring Anderson Silva, taunting him to fight, fighting sometimes recklessly against the Spider, but Silva remained calm, feinted, stepped out, made Diaz miss a lot, and countered him all night. I believe it was a unanimous decision for Anderson Silva. And I think how that fight played out is exactly how the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight will play out if it ever does happen. Now, I do follow Sherdog and Bloody Elbow. These sites cover MMA and they go into great detail about what's going on. Nick Diaz failed his post-fight drug test because he had weed in his system, marijuana. Anderson Silva had failed his pre-fight drug test the first week of the year, and the fight was still allowed to happen. And now again, he's failed a second drug test, but this one hasn't yet been officially released to the general public. His first drug test, he failed for a steroid. And most of the media, most of the news really hasn't given a shit about two MMA fighters failing their drug test. It's almost as if it was expected for them to fail a drug test. The mixed martial arts community, yes, they're very, very surprised that Anderson Silva failed this test, but they kind of just shrug their shoulders when it's Nick Diaz that fails a drug test. They're up in arms, but no one else really is. No one else really cares, it seems. And yes, these are currently the two biggest guys in mixed martial arts. Even when John Jones failed his drug test, there's no big deal ever made. He went to rehab for a day? Most big news media outlets don't give a shit about mixed martial arts or their fighters. Now, if Manny Pacquiao, the biggest name to come out of the Philippines in boxing, perhaps sports, from his country, would fail a drug test, and Floyd Mayweather, who's also known worldwide like Manny Pacquiao and is one of the highest paid athletes in the world, would fail a drug test with Manny Pacquiao if they ever fought, not only with social media sites blow up, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Vine, Snapchat, it would be national headline news. Fox would be covering it, ABC, NBC, CNN, TMZ. It would be a very big deal. And it's because boxing, even though is as violent as MMA can be, is seen as a more credible sport than mixed martial arts. Two guys standing there, protecting themselves and fighting with two fists is more respected than two guys rolling on the ground trying to submit each other. Pacquiao and Mayweather would never be allowed to fight again. They'd lose all their sponsorship. They'd lose all that sponsor money. They would lose all credibility. People would ask, hey, how long has this guy been juicing? Was Mayweather on the juice when he beat Corrales? Was he on the juice when he beat Castillo? Was Pacquiao on the juice when he knocked out Ricky Hatton? Was Pacquiao on the juice when he destroyed Oscar de la Hoya? These questions would be asked, and these guys' legacies would be tarnished. Nick Diaz failed his drug test. No one really cares. No one really cares. No one's questioning about his legacy. Silva failed his drug test. I still have not seen, on a national level at least, anyone questioning his past success. But to answer your question simply, if Pacquiao and Mayweather would ever get caught cheating, would ever fail a drug test like Silva and Diaz, they'd get completely shitted on for the rest of their lives.